guys! Welcome back to Get Your Play Online and to this segment of Bedtime Stories with Julia. So I do this segment of Bedtime Stories with Julia every Monday at 7 p.m. And the last couple of weeks we've been reading Library Mouse, but this week we have a new book. Also, sorry if you can hear my dog barking. She's pretty excited about story time as well. So today we have a new friend joining us. Usually we have my penguin Waddles, but today we have a turtle and her name is Shelby. So this is Shelby saying hi. So now is usually when everybody gets their pajamas and their favorite stuffy, and we get into a comfy spot so that we could read our bedtime story. Today, my pajamas they have superheroes on them, and I'm just wearing a t-shirt because it's very hot outside. So I hope that you guys have been having a really good week. The book that we're going to be reading today is called To Catch A Heffalump. And if you've ever watched or read about Winnie the Pooh, you might know about the heffalump. And if you don't, well, this is a great time to find out. So this book is from Disney, and as you can see, it's got a lot of really cool pictures in it. So today we're going to see a lot of cool pictures. So the inside looks like this, and it has a map of the 100-acre woods. So we have like Rabbit's house and Piglet's house. We have a bee tree. These trees here, it says, are nice for picnics. And here's Winnie the Pooh's house right here. So if you guys can see that. Oops. So I'm going to let you look at that for just a second. And now we're going to get into the story. So How to Catch a Heffalump. And just like the title says, we are going to find out how to catch a heffalump. So I hope you're excited. Okay. So before we continue, a quick introduction for some of the characters. So we have Winnie the Pooh right over here, Piglet right here, and Christopher Robin's right there. And then we've got some birds. So it says, it was a beautiful bird-singing picnic kind of day in the 100-acre woods. Where shall we have our picnic, Christopher Robin? Asked Piglet. I'm not sure. We'll stop when we find a good picnic spot, answered Christopher Robin. Have you guys ever been on a picnic before? And if you have, what is your favorite picnic food or your favorite picnic snack? I think mine is strawberries, probably. Oh, let's stop here, declared Pooh. How do you know this is a good picnic spot? Wondered Christopher Robin. My tummy says that it's time to stop for our picnic lunch. And our lunch is in the picnic basket. So I think that this must be a good spot for a picnic, Winnie the Pooh said. Silly old bear, laughed Christopher Robin. The friends spread out on the red and white cloth on the ground. It was a friendly, bird-feeding and honey-eating kind of picnic. You know, Christopher Robin said, pointing, I thought I saw a heffalump right over there. A heffalump? Said Piglet. Where? Piglet was not quite sure what heffalump was, but Piglet thought it sounded like a very large animal. It's not there now, said Christopher Robin. I thought I saw one yesterday. I wish I had caught it. Then I could have shown it to you. That would have been nice, Pooh said. And here we've got a picture of Christopher Robin and Piglet and Winnie the Pooh on a picnic. And they've got honey, of course, for Winnie the Pooh. And it looks like they've got some juice, and Christopher Robin and Piglet are eating some sandwiches. When they had finished their lunch, Christopher Robin had to go home. Christopher Robin waved, Goodbye, Pooh. Goodbye, Piglet. Goodbye, called Pooh and Piglet as they waved back. The two friends packed up their picnic things. That was fun, wasn't it, Pooh? Asked Piglet. It was very nice of Christopher Robin to bring the picnic, Pooh agreed. Perhaps we could do something nice to thank him, Pooh said. What a good idea, Pooh, said Piglet. I wonder what we should do. Pooh thought for a moment. I know. We shall catch a heffalump for Christopher Robin, Pooh shouted happily. Heffalump? Piglet asked nervously. Isn't that awfully dangerous, Pooh? Perhaps, Pooh replied. Heffalumps are clever animals, I think. We need a clever plan. And there you go. We've got some pictures of Pooh and Piglet deciding that they're going to catch a heffalump for Christopher Robin. So the two friends sat down to think of a clever plan. Think, 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 said Pooh, tapping his head. Think, think, think. Could we set some sort of trap? Wondered Piglet. That seemed like a very clever plan to Pooh. But what sort of trap? He stood up and began to draw in the dirt. We could dig a deep hole, Pooh said, and the heffalump would fall into the hole. Where would we dig the hole? Piglet asked. Exactly where the heffalump would fall into it, Pooh answered. He drew a picture of the hole under a tree. So it looks like here you could see that Pooh and Piglet are brainstorming how they're going to catch the heffalump. You can see them here too, drawing with stick in the ground. And it looks like their hole is right under the tree. So that's something fun that you could do if you're ever on a picnic or outside and you want to do something, you could draw in the ground with a stick. Won't the heffalump see the hole? Asked Piglet. They are very clever animals. At least, I think they're clever. No, answered Pooh. The heffalump will be looking up, so he won't see himself fall down. Piglet smiled. Yes, he said. That is a very good plan. Heffalumps are always looking up. Piglet did not really know if heffalumps always looked up or not, but he thought they did. One problem still remained. How would they lure the heffalump to the hole? I know, said Piglet excitedly. Heffalumps are very large, so they must eat a lot of food. Piglet drew a heffalump in the dirt to show Pooh how big it was, or at least how big he thought it was. Maybe it would come to the hole if there was food, said Piglet. But what food do heffalumps like, Pooh? And here we've got more pictures of Piglet and Pooh drawing their heffalump plan in the dirt. Piglet turned around to find that Pooh had fallen asleep. All this heffalump talk had tired out the bear's little brain. Pooh, said Piglet. Yes, said Pooh sleepily. What do you think a heffalump likes to eat? Piglet asked. Pooh thought of the only food he ever thought of. Honey, he replied. Yes, Piglet said excitedly. That is a good idea. Heffalumps like honey. At least, he thought they did. Hooray, Piglet cried. We have a clever plan. So they decided that Pooh would go home and get a pot of honey. Meanwhile, Piglet would get a shovel to dig the hole. When Pooh got home, he opened his cupboard. This pot is too far and too heavy to carry, he said. So Pooh decided to remove some of the honey, and since he did not have anywhere to put the honey, he put it in his mouth. Here we see a picture of Pooh getting ready to eat some of the honey and make his jar a little bit lighter. The honey pot was still heavy, so as he walked along, Pooh ate some more. Then he ate some more again and again and again. As Pooh walked to meet Piglet, the pot felt much lighter. but for some reason his stomach felt heavier. I wonder why that is. Maybe because he ate all the honey. When Pooh arrived, Piglet had nearly finished digging the hole. "Did you bring the honey?" Piglet asked. "Yes," answered Pooh. Pooh handed the honey pot to Piglet, and together they placed it in the hole. The trap was all set. Oh, and here we've got a photo. And there's Piglet digging the hole and Pooh trying to help him. There's the empty jar of honey in the hole. It was getting late. Pooh and Piglet decided to meet up at their trap in the morning. Then they would see if they had caught a heffalump. "Good night, Pooh," said Piglet. "Good night, Piglet," said Pooh. Later that night, Pooh woke up with a rumbling in his tummy. It could only mean one thing. He was hungry. So Pooh went to his cupboard for a pot of honey. But when he looked inside, his last pot was empty. Where had all his honey gone? "Oh, bother," Pooh said. Suddenly he remembered. He had left a pot of honey in the heffalump trap. "Heffalumps like honey," said Pooh. "It will probably eat the whole pot." At least, he thought it was. Here we've got some illustrations of Pooh. He's a little bit hungry here. Now he's looking for the honey and it's empty, so he's deciding what he should do. Okay, and then this is the next page. Pooh could not fall asleep. His empty tummy gave him strange thoughts. He kept imagining heffalumps chasing giant pots of honey. The more he thought about it, the more Pooh wondered, did heffalumps really like honey after all? And if they did not, then the pot of honey in the trap would still be there, just waiting to be eaten. So Pooh jumped out of bed and ran out the door. Here we go. We've got a little picture of Pooh dreaming of the heffalump. So it looks like he thinks they look like a lot of different things. This looks like a heffalump, and that's a heffalump, and that's a heffalump. Soon, Pooh reached the heffalump trap. Pooh tried to see if there was a heffalump in the trap, but it was too dark to tell. So he moved closer to the hole, but he still couldn't see. So he moved even closer and closer and closer until, oops, he fell into the hole. Pooh looked into the honey pot and decided heffalumps did like honey because there was only a little left in the pot. Who else could have eaten it? Pooh stuck his nose into the pot to lick the last few drops. Do you guys remember when Pooh was bringing the honey over and he got hungry? So he was eating some? I wonder if that's where it went. At that very moment, Piglet was lying in bed thinking about the heffalump. "I wonder what a heffalump looks like," Piglet said to himself. "Is it very horrible?" Piglet was quite worried. Heffalumps were very large, and he was very small. What should he do? "I don't have to be afraid," Piglet said at last. "He can't catch us while we're catching him." And here we've got Piglet dreaming about the heffalump right over here. Looks like he's a little bit scared of the heffalump. That's okay. So, first thing the next morning, Piglet ran to the trap. Very slowly, he inched closer to the hole. But he could not see anything, so he moved a little closer. Suddenly, Piglet saw a strange monster with a big round head. Piglet had never seen anything like this before. He was terribly excited. "We've caught a heffalump!" he cried. "Christopher Robin will be so happy." But, I don't know, that doesn't look like a heffalump, does it? Piglet ran to Christopher Robin's house. Piglet was so excited that he didn't even stop to say hello. He just ran straight in. Here we've got Christopher Robin and Piglet right outside his house. "What is it, Piglet?" Christopher Robin asked. He had never seen Piglet so excited. Have you ever been so excited to tell someone something that you forgot to even say hello? I have definitely done that before. "We caught a heffalump," Piglet shouted. "You have?" asked Christopher Robin. "Yes," Piglet cried. "It is a big, strange head the size of a honey pot." "Show me," urged Christopher Robin. So Piglet took him to the trap. Here we've got some pictures. There's Piglet leading Christopher Robin to the heffalump trap. Christopher Robin walked right up to the edge of the trap and looked in. Piglet stayed safely behind him. "Oh dear!" cried Piglet. "Can you see it, can you?" "Yes, I can, Piglet," answered Christopher Robin. "Is it horrible?" Piglet asked excitedly. Christopher Robin smiled and began to laugh, and he laughed, and he laughed. Suddenly, a loud noise came from the hole. Crack! Piglet looked down, and what did he see? Winnie the Pooh! Piglet had thought it was a heffalump, but it was really Pooh with a honey pot stuck on his head. Later that day, Christopher Robin, Pooh, and Piglet had another picnic in the woods. It was a beautiful day, with the sun shining down on the three friends. "We never did see a heffalump," said Piglet. "That's okay," said Christopher Robin. "Heffalumps are rather shy anyways." "Yes," agreed Pooh. "Besides, I had no honey for it, and heffalumps love honey. At least, I think they do." Christopher Robin laughed. "Silly old bear," he said. "I love you both so much." And here's a photo of Christopher Robin and Piglet and Pooh all on a picnic. And that is the end of the book, How to Catch a Heffalump. So I hope you guys really liked this book. We thought about picnics and friends and catching heffalumps, and they showed us a few pictures in the book of what they thought heffalumps look like, but they never actually said if that's what they looked like or not. So if you want, you can draw a picture of a heffalump, what you think a heffalump looks like, and you can send it to us or comment a picture of your drawing on this video so that we can see what you think a heffalump looks like. So I hope you enjoyed the book, How to Catch a Heffalump, with Piglet and Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh. Next week, we're going to read another new book. So I hope that you guys will be back next Monday at 7 p.m. for Bedtime Stories with Julia. Today Shelby joined us, but next week Waddles should be back as well. So I hope you guys have a really great week, and don't forget to check out all the rest of the programming on Get Your Play Online this week. And have a really nice day. Bye!